In today's video, I have a special comparison. Not only am I going to be comparing the Sony X95K against the Sony A95K, but I'm also comparing it against the Sony A90J. Now, if you could do me a favor by hitting that like button and that subscribe button, I greatly appreciate it. But first, before I go ahead and start the comparison video, I am going to put that disclaimer out there that I'm not going to put the names on which TV is which until the very end. So if you could do me a favor, let me know if you was able to guess which TV is which towards the end of this video, and let me know what your thoughts are. Let's go ahead and start the comparison. Alright, let me go ahead and reveal the TVs that we have for the comparison. If you look at the top left, it's a Sony X95K. On the top right is a Sony A95K. And at the bottom, the Sony A90J. Did you really guess all TVs? Let me know in the comments. Now let me go ahead and go over my opinion of which TV is better. Now, right off the bat, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. The Sony A95K takes the crown on this one, just simply because of the color volume when it gets to that brighter highlights compared to the Sony A90J. And second, I would say the Sony A90J. Following last would be the X95K. Now, all three TVs are phenomenal TVs. All three of them are different technologies. So you have the X95K that has the mini LED with a backlight master drive. And then you got the Sony A95K, which is the quantum OLED. And then at the very bottom is a WOLED, WRGB OLED TV. So once again, these TVs are great. That's kind of like my pick looking at these comparisons. Now, if you look at the top TVs at the X95K and the Sony A95K, both of them are straight out of the box. Picture settings with no tinkering with the settings. So this is kind of like what you see. And this is playing Dolby Vision Dark on this one. At the bottom of it, and you see in my previous videos, the Sony A90J is calibrated. So in my opinion, the Sony A90J is pretty close to the A95K. And just looking at it, they are very similar to each other. So however, at the same time too, the A95K, especially with the quantum OLED panel, that's one of the things that I look at and seeing when it get to those brighter highlights and seeing that the color volume is still sticking up and it doesn't look washed out. That's one thing that I was looking at. Now, on the X95K on the other hand, that's a great TV as well. I do have that TV in the basement, and believe it or not, I think I'm going to keep this TV. It's the 85-inch version, and so far I am impressed with when it comes to that HDR impact. And when it comes to blooming that people are mentioning on the 85-inch, I see minimum blooming. Minimum. And I would even say it neck and neck with the QN900B. but that depends on the certain content. So yes, I said it. When it comes to blooming, it's a it's almost at the same level as the QN900B. But at the same time too, I think it goes blow for blow when it comes to both of those TVs. But I'll do another video, do another comparison between the X95K and the QN900B. So please stay tuned on that one. But so far, the X95K, the 85-inch version, I am impressed. It's bright. I have that HDR impact. And when it comes to the black bars, they look black. So I'm going to show some content later in the future about that, especially when with you have some people that talk about the elevated black levels when it comes to the black bars. I really don't see it when it comes to the content, especially when I'm looking at some movies, especially with the narrow black bars. But once again, going back to the comparison, just want to say this out here that all three TVs are good. Going at first place is the A95K, followed by the Sony A90J, and then last is the X95K. But all those TVs are great. And even the Sony A90J. A90J, even though it's a last year TV, it is it's still one of the top TVs in my opinion, for especially when it's competing against the 2022 TVs. So just had to throw that out there. But if everybody wants to know why I didn't choose the Sony A95K or the Sony A90J in the basement and went with the X95K, the only reason is for me, for the Sony A95K, the biggest size you could possibly get is a 65-inch. Sony A90J, great TV. I think it's one of the best TVs out there. But for me, I wanted something a little bit different. So I wanted to go ahead and get the 85-inch X95K. So I'm about to go ahead and wrap this video up, but let me know in the comments of what everyone thinks about the comparison video between the Sony X95K versus the A95K and the A90J. I would like to know everyone's opinions about that, and let me know what TV you're thinking about buying this year for 2022, or you think about waiting for 2023 when qd-oled have bigger sizes. Let me know in the comments. But before I go ahead and go, if you could do me a favor by hitting that like button and that subscribe button, it definitely helps the channel out. And I want to say thanks again for subscribing and liking my videos. It definitely means a lot to me. Until next time, I'll see everyone on the next video. Take care. Bye.